When nature calls, we answer. Bush Radio.
Here we go.
State Affairs with Edmund Obilo is live. Stay tuned.
Chief Areoye Oyebola is my guest on this edition of State Affairs. Chief Oyebola, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Pleased to be here. Thank you very much.
In 1976, you wrote the book Blackmans Dilemma.
Yes.
Why did you write the book?
Its origin was dated back to a longer period. I wrote the book. I started thinking about it when I was an undergraduate at the then University College Ibadan, which is now University of Ibadan. We were very comfortable as students. We were few. We had stewards at our beck and call. We had good food. We have everything to ourselves. And we were served by stewards. I just looked around my room one day and said, I saw a raffia mat painted in 6 colors. And I said, which of these colors can a black man make? I can't get, the only one I can think of was a yellowish one. If you put on raffia and you put ash. I said, why? I started asking, why did we? Because Britain and Europe very cold. Why is it that they brought to us here air conditioner, fans? When they were not satisfied, they brought air conditioners. What have we invented? And again, I thought to myself, if they didn't bring steam engine, ship driven with steam engine, how will we get there with our canoe? I started thinking that, and why are we down in our own home? Down, those that are taken to slavery, South America, Brazil, and so on, why are we the underdog? I started thinking of what that something is wrong with the black race. I was thinking seriously about this until I got an opportunity as a journalist to become an assistant editor of Sunday Times. Mr. Sam Amuka was my editor. I was his assistant. And I showed him the synopsis of the book, and I requested he should publish it in the Sunday Times.
So it was the pain of Africa, the lack of innovation. That triggered.
Yes. I kept asking, where were our own ancestors when they were moving ahead? And it became more painful to me when I knew how the white came to South Africa. And it turned into a place flowing with milk and honey.
Basically, you blame the black man for its own dilemma.
Yes, I blame him. And then when this thing was published, the synopsis, professors, lecturers, they were mentioning to me. It made me to work harder on the book. That didn't I know your empire? Didn't I know of Benin Empire? Didn't I know of Zimbabwe? So I studied all this. I said there was nothing worthwhile in them. I went to Oyo and saw.
Basically, in this book, you didn't appreciate African civilization.
No, there was nothing, no more to it. What you call civilization? At the time we are claiming we are civilized, the Mongolian race, one of the greatest country on earth, China, had created Great Wall of the China. It invented gunpowder. So what are we proud about? What do you see in the standard of living, in the building, the structure? When years and years ago, great Roman emperor did some wonderful thing in England. So we didn't have much to be proud of.
You wrote in the book
Yes.
that there was the very critical view of Mr. Haggai Obilo, which was published in all the leading newspapers in Nigeria at the time. He regarded the views you expressed in Blackmans Dilemma as a tenuous web of half-truth with utterly demoralizing conclusions. Going through the book page by page, I cannot pinpoint what philosophy Mr. Oyebola is trying to postulate.
Yes, that was his view. And when you read the book and saw the reactions, many people, articulate people, some of them journalists, they praised me to the highest. They have done so much. I was bold, I was original. Some compared me with an author in Japan years ago who called their people names. Instead of crucifying him, they say, yeah, what is he talking about? What are the basic faults with us? So, many people, somebody wrote in a newspaper that if you want me to name a man of the century in Nigeria, is Areoye Oyebola.
In the book, you called some African leaders like John Bendel Bukasa buffoons.
Yeah, the buffoon. They are not all right. See the Uganda Man.
Idi Amin.
Look at, they are not all right. In civilized places, they could not be local government head or chairman. So we put the wrong people in the apex position, and the thing is so confused. They sideline the accurately intelligent people. You see, we enthrone mediocres. As it's because of our system. We generally ascribe status, Africans, blacks, we attach importance to it. If you are a child of a natural ruler, a king or something, they assume that you are okay. But the white man and the Mongolian race, the Asians, what they do is to make sure that you achieve status. The more remarkable ones among them will be able to lead the German Mao of this world, the Churchill of this world, and so many others.
Do we still have that problem in Nigeria?
We have.
Do we still enthrone mediocres in Nigeria?
If you can use a word that is worse than mediocre, you have no clue. What type of country is that? Mediocres, we are there. There is something, and what is worse is that the people too are unconcerned. Let me give you an example. People in Nigeria are unconcerned. It's the attitude of the black man. In the House of Representatives, somebody quoted figures how the House was padding money illegally, and you cannot find a country if it's not a black country. And the House, instead of explaining what happened, Instead of the government probing it, the House voted and said the person is suspended for 1 year.
Is that part of the Blackman's Dilemma you wrote
It's
about?
our dilemma. And then, it's not possible in many places. In Europe, they will rise like one man and then say, no, it's impossible. But we are here. Even the intelligent ones have been cowed down.
So is docility part of the Blackman's Dilemma?
Yes, it's docility. We are docile. We are not gifted. The most intelligent are sidelined.
How come the most intelligent people continue to allow themselves to be sidelined?
Yes, because there's one point about that. This is a country, the black people, they are people generally who attach importance to ascribe status, not achieve status. The people who knew they were inadequate were at the helms of raffia in many African countries. They do everything desperately through coercion, through free use of public money to entrench themselves.
If you talked about intelligent ones being relegated to the background, does that make them intelligent? Can't they use their intelligence to upstage the so-called mediocres and take over the affairs of the state?
Yes, that is why those of them, they've dehumanized many people. Those who are professionals, those who retire in the public service, they could hardly feed themselves. They take away their pension, they don't pay them in time, and at their old age, they suffer.
But the Lee Kuan Yews that you have mentioned
Yes.
as inspirational leaders were leaders who took advantage of their intelligence, then deployed their intelligence to run in the state. How come in the case of Africa, we always find excuses for the so-called intelligentsias?
Now, I think the situation will change. Why it will change is this. Those clever people, those intelligent people, those with vision, they've been driven to the wall. But why the relevance of the book now is that Nigeria, I continue to say it, the most thickly populated black country on earth and one of the richest country on Mother Earth, has no clue on anything. We have the largest percentage of illiterate children, 70% in abject poverty, basic needs of life, electricity, water, drinkable water, good roads, essential basic thing in hospitals. Nigerians lack it, which means something is wrong with the black race. How can the most thickly populated black country on earth be as useless, as terrible as we are? In all areas of life, we are down in the pit.
Wow. Chief Areoye Oyebola, thank you for featuring on State Affairs.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've been discussing with Chief Areoye Oyebola. Areoye Oyebola is a former managing editor, Daily Times Group of newspapers.